today at PwC with the Digital Leadership Forum, and I'm happy to have a guest with me.
Hi everyone, I'm Vinay Parmar. I'm the UK Customer and Digital Experience Director at National Express.
What do you think of this morning's session?
I think it's been great. Obviously there were some great wow moments with Jeremy showing off the IBM Watson capability. I thought they were great, but within that there were some really nice nuggets. I think, the pace of change that we talked about the fact that there's more going to be changing in the next 5 years than in the last 20. I think his insight into flipping AI on its head and calling it IA. It's an artificial assistant, and we shouldn't be afraid of it. And all of the conversation about it's going to replace all the jobs and all that kind of thing is just background noise. But actually, when you cut it back and you get to the nub of it, this is all about how do we use that technology, the machine learning, the artificial intelligence to help people to do their jobs better and solve problems better and faster.
Yeah, you've implemented that yourself in maybe a different way with design thinking and customer support at National Express.
Yeah, I think the great thing about the blend of my job is that I've got customer and digital in the same space, and what that's enabled us to do is to really accelerate the thing that lots of organisations talk about putting the customer at the heart of what you do. It's a bit of a cliche in statements, and I'm sure everyone drives and perseveres to try and get there, but to really put the customer at the heart of the way that we look at digital development, so right through to making sure that we understand customers' problems, we use data to validate the customer's problems and really start from a place of what is it we're trying to solve for the customer, and then drive the digital development from out there. I think that's really important, a shift for us to have made, and that sort of design thinking mentality of how does it work that way, instead of kind of how we might have worked in the past, not just in National Express but other organisations, around you focus very much on the process. What does the process need to be for the business in order for the business to get the result it wants? So I think that's just an interesting space to be in.
Yeah, we've chatted before about this. It's not just about the digital platforms; it's the people that use them. So you've got a bit of a special team makeup.
Yeah, so we in the mix of our digital team, as I said, because of I've got the two areas together. We put earlier last year we put a CX person in the digital team alongside the UX designer, and alongside the product owner and those kind of things. So we had our typical setup of product owner, UX, and all those things. So they were designing things with the right intention for the right way, and then when you overlaid it with somebody from the contact centre who I put in there from a CX perspective, they started to get some really nice insights where they were thinking they were designing a solution that looked great and felt right on paper and the data validated in some ways, but actually when you had somebody go, well actually I take calls all day and this is what customers say, or that's how customers really use this, and actually what we should be thinking about is, from what I'm talking about, what customers say, this is where we're at. So it was that additional insight by adding that customer voice into that team. In
a couple of sessions time, in a few months, you're going to be actually speaking in front of the members. So
yeah.
Do you want to give us a little highlight or a little hint?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our journey, our digital transformation journey. We've had over the last 4 to 5 years, we've kind of really invested heavily in our digital space. In mobile first is one of our core strategies, and what I really want to hope to share is some of our growing pains along the way, some of the things and challenges that we've had, and talking to some of the DLF members here, they're going through the same pains, and some of them have been through the same pains and given me some great advice about some of the things that they've done to overcome those. So I just really wanted to share our story about how National Express, this company that's looked at probably being a transport provider, has embraced digital and what's really happened along the way. Got an innovation centre in Birmingham that we launched last year, just finished the first cohort, just about to recruit the second cohort, and had some really great success in there about working with startups and other businesses to partner and help them build MVPs that can help us solve some of the problems that we have as an organisation.